Hey, what's up everybody? This Person Suit here, not with video games, but with a Kindle Scribe review. Here I got on the left side the 2025 black and white Kindle Scribe, in the center the new Colorsoft 2025 Scribe, and on the right is an M4 iPad Pro 13-inch with the Nano-texture display. Now, I wanted to go over just a couple things here real quick, because I feel like certain things are not getting noted on as much as they should be in regards to the differences between these two scribes. The big thing for me is the brightness. Now, Kindles, since the beginning with e-ink, have been by far the best way to read books. Books, PDFs, any text-based content, the e-ink is just so comfortable on the eyes. It looks so good, and it's by far the most enjoyable display type to read on. It's almost like reading paper, and in a lot of ways you kind of forget that it's not. When color ink was announced, I was instantly interested. I could not wait to check it out. And when Amazon announced the most recent Kindle Scribe Colorsoft to come out, I got very interested in it. They were saying it's the best version of the Kaleidoscope 3 display that's available. And Kaleidoscope 3, it's not a technology that's super new. It's been out a little bit, but this is supposedly going to be the best version of that so far. So I placed the order as soon as it went up. It arrived, and I was almost immediately disappointed. Looking at both of them side by side, you can kind of just see how much darker the Colorsoft is. You know, can you still kind of read things? Yeah, of course. And this is with the backlight off on both. They're both at 0, which is, to me, the best way to read a Kindle, because as soon as you start turning on that backlight, I think it really starts to negate some of those benefits of an e-ink display. You're trying to get away from LCD, from added brightness, and while the backlight, I'm very thankful it's there, especially when reading at night. It kind of takes away from the effect. That's why I usually like to read in a room that's got a bunch of ambient lighting and just let the backlight stay turned off. But with it turned off, you can't really enjoy the Colorsoft. It's like, yeah, you can kind of make it out there. It's not like it's completely dark, but it is way, way darker. And, you know, if I go over here to the iPad, which is also on its lowest brightness setting, it is pretty dark as well, though maybe a little bit more legible than the Colorsoft. And then you got that black and white over here looking, you know, trying its darndest to look close to paper, and it's doing really, really well. But the brightness on this is just very, very irritating to me. If I go ahead and I open up a novel, I'm going to open up the same one, just Event Horizon here. Event Horizon there, and Event Horizon on the iPad, which it's yelling at me. There we go. On the black and white now, you can't see anything. It's not really handling the gradients too well of the graphic novel. The Colorsoft, you can kind of make a little bit out, but again, why would you be reading in darkness? And then on the iPad, you can actually see a lot more detail. If I turn the brightness up on all of these, and for me, I found that the most acceptable brightness for the Colorsoft is 18. I don't find that the same way with the black and white. I think you can get away with far lower than 18. Oops, that's all the way. I didn't mean to do that. Okay, and then there we go. You can now see way more detail on the black and white, the Colorsoft, much, much more detail, but it's not the best coloring. Now, I don't think any of us expected this to look like, you know, an iPad color, and I didn't turn the brightness up on that iPad. I guess I could do that really quick just to give a honest side-by-side comparison here. Turn it up about 3/4 of the way as well. Didn't expect it to look like that. But the colors are just not that great. On top of that, the brightness now being turned up so much really kind of takes away again from it being an e-ink display. And if I change the, where is it here, to a black background, I don't know how well that's coming across on camera, but that black just glows so much. It's so distracting. It didn't seem like an issue on the black and white scribe, probably because I usually keep the brightness far lower. But on this, like it just starts to shine through. And if I turn the brightness up, oh, it actually dimmed the brightness to 10. If I turn the brightness back to 18, it probably dimmed it because it knew it was going to blow it out. Yeah, look at that. God, that looks awful. And then if I turn it up all the way to really try and see as much of this image as I can, it just looks not great. You know, another thing here, I don't know how well you guys can see this. I don't think too well. Let me go back a page and then go forward. So we got some white borders here, right? Go forward a page. You can still see those borders. The black and white screen handles that a little bit better, but frankly, all Kindles with the ink display don't really do that good of a job when it comes to comics, to getting rid of that previous image. The retention is pretty heavy. I do have it set to refresh on every turn, page turn, which does help a little bit, but you still get some distracting things there, which you're trying to read a graphic novel or a comic, you're trying to enjoy the artwork, and it's kind of working against itself a lot of the time. So it's a little frustrating, to say the least. But you know, if I go and then into some text-based content, just open up an actual book, and open up this here. Let's get out of this, go to this, and let me turn the black borders off. And let's see, what is this up to? Let's turn the brightness back all the way down. There. I mean, look at that. The black and white Kindle, like, you can still read it. It's fine. The center Colorsoft, like, you would not want to sit comfortably and read that. You just wouldn't. You got to turn up the brightness, and then as soon as you start turning up that brightness, it's now no longer as enjoyable. You're getting rid of all those e-ink benefits. It's one of the things, too, I hate to say it, and I never thought I would say this, but the iPad is actually more comfortable on my eyes than the Colorsoft. I can keep the brightness on the iPad very low, still be able to read everything, especially with graphic novels, and it doesn't hurt my eyes, or at least irritate them as much as the Colorsoft does. It's nowhere near as nice as the black and white Kindle that just looks like paper. But this Colorsoft Scribe is just so dark, so much of the time. It honestly feels like a compromise. You know, they built this thing, everybody was hoping this thing would be like the end-all be-all. Sure, no, it's not going to look as graphically beautiful as something like an iPad or a Galaxy Tab or even the Kindle Fires, but it would get the job done. You'd be able to enjoy everything, and it would just be this perfect jack of all trades, and it's not. It's a compromise. It's not as good for text-based reading as the original Kindle is. It's darker. You got to turn the brightness up. As soon as you start turning that brightness up, it kind of gets rid of a lot of the benefits of having a Kindle, because now you're adding light into the situation. And then if you're trying to look at graphical content, it's like, yeah, you can get by, but you got to turn the brightness so up in order to really read it and see what's even going on in the image. That what are you doing here? Like, I wholeheartedly feel if somebody wanted to get a perfect reading solution, skip the Colorsoft altogether. Buy the black and white Scribe and then go look for the cheapest iPad or Galaxy Tab or Kindle Fire tablet that you can find to read your graphic novels on. It's going to be a far more enjoyable experience than trying to just get by with subpar colors and horrible brightness and washed out colors with that brightness that you're going to get on the Colorsoft. And yeah, you'll have to have 2 tablets, but you're going to have a way better experience than trying to deal with the Kindle Scribe compromise. So, yeah, anyway.